Hey, look. Oh, I gotta go this way. Look who's there. Psst, don't tell Tigger, but I'm filming him. What's up, friends? I was originally about to apologize for not doing the video I promised, but I so didn't do that I didn't even post the video where I promised that I was gonna make a video. So I'm feeling good. My show happened, and it was. I love the way Tigger was just sitting there quietly. My friend Lee Hall always asks, "Where's Tigger?" There he is, in all of his glory. It's weird because it seems like he would be over there when I'm looking, but everything is like reverse, right? And he's really he's over there. So my show, it's okay. The show was amazing. I was so happy with it. It sold out. Dixon Place, not a gigantic venue, but for someone like me who just started doing solo work less than a year ago, and I sold out like a downtown New York City theater for a show of my own work. I'm pretty grateful. The day of the show was like so emotional, and I can't say so emotional without thinking about Whitney Houston. And when I think about Whitney Houston, I really don't care that much. But so if you can see my whole apartment, it looks like a mess right now, but you don't even see like I everything is exactly where I dumped it Wednesday night after the show. So there's keyboard stands over here, like a piece of wood is against the wall that I use for a shelf, and like the keyboard and the guitar and like the backpack with everything. And it's, but I think I just needed a day to work it out, honey. Because it was a big deal to me, like getting that show together and then doing it. And the people that showed up, and like people like my director, Adam, who is just doing this, like this show, like, I don't even know what yeah. I have friends that came from New Hampshire to come see the show. Like, they just came for that. Uh, hey, Wendy, Michelle, what's up? So, it was overwhelming. So the pinnacle of being overwhelmed by awesome people in my life who are supporting my work, I was like, did my whole tech. Adam, who is the director, a professional director, is just helping, and he just wanted to work on this project that I felt like this time last year I was like getting ready to do my first reading of this show at Judson Church. And I didn't even know, I was like doing some things I didn't know how to describe. I still don't really know how to describe what I'm doing. I think it's performance art, but it's not really that performance arty. It's a thing. I think I talked about this in the video I didn't post. I'm doing like some hybrid of performance art, solo theater, like monologue-y sort of memoir kind of work, and music, which is like keyboardy, synthy, like what, with string players, and then I'm just playing the piano sometimes and singing a pop song. Um, so I don't know where this work fits, and I don't know what to do next with it, but it's been successful. And like, so I was gonna say like, this Adam is just like, yeah, I think that's great. I'm gonna work on this with you, like fully, just because he wants to. So my friend Blake Drummond shows up, who said he would film the show. P.S. I was so freaked out about like pulling everything together. I hadn't even checked in with him in a couple of weeks. So I get an email from him the day before saying, "Oh yeah, I'll be there. You know, but just letting you know. I know you're busy." And it's so nice. So then he shows up with 3 cameras. I to film. Like, he also totally just wanted to film the show. Like, I didn't hire him to do it. So it's kind of outstanding. Like, that it's just, I can never remember this quote. I should have looked it up. Goethe, Goethe. I never know how to pronounce that person's name. It's about when I'm pausing so I can find it. Okay, I still didn't look up the pronunciation of his name. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Sorry, dude. But this, as I look at this, I remember I read this at a friend's wedding too. but it was in my head all day Wednesday, and I was like literally on the verge of tears for the entire day. For those of you who have seen the show Tentative Armor, which is now not coming up, so I'm not plugging it anymore, there's a big chunk about being with my mom when she was dying. So that's obviously an emotional story. But I was emotional just in the fact that I was doing this thing, right? Like, I moved to New York 2006, and I didn't know why. So one of the things that I always just say is that I have like this sort of, I don't know how to say this without sounding crazy. Often I just get messages telling me to do things. So one of the things I was told to do was move to New York. And I didn't know why, and it was freaking me out. I knew it was time to get out of Houston for various reasons, and I was unhappy, and I was supposed to move to New York. So I moved to New York, and it was a shit show at first, and then it got better and better and better. Still shit show in some ways, like, I don't have no, well, that's not true. Like, money is fine, like, all my needs are met, and beyond. So, and I'm able to do stuff. So another thing that I've always had the message to, and haven't really stuck to until now, is to do a show like this show I just did. And I was getting the message, I feel so crazy saying this out loud to you guys, to do it, and I just started doing it finally. So, and then it is all working out. It's just crazy. So here's the quote from Goethe. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. So there's this, okay, so anyway, now I'm realizing that this may not even be him that said it, but here's a great quote. So let's see, because some people I think say Marianne Williamson said this. Well, shall I just say the quote instead of talking about the quote? Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to look back, to draw back. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans, that the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, racing in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance which no man could have dreamed would have come his way. Whatever you can do, oh my God, or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. So, I didn't know it's going to get me all choked up. But that's the thing, like, I finally started doing this thing, and the universe, or providence, or whatever you want to call it, is like, okay, finally, bitch, here's like a director that wants to do this with you. Here's a church, Judson Memorial Church, that just sight unseen. I hadn't even written anything yet. All I was able to do was have a meeting with Micah Busey at Judson Church and say, hey, yeah, I want to do a thing. I think it's going to be some stories and some string players. And he was like, great, here's a date. And that made me write it. And then they gave me another date to run it through again in front of an audience. And then I sent the stuff to Dixon Place. And I did it there. And all these people showed up to see this thing that I did. Child, I don't know. So it's just this, so I'm so grateful. And thank you to everyone that showed up and people that support this stuff. And the people who did support my fundraiser thing that I did, I still haven't sent out your shit. Sorry. It's happening, I promise. That last part. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. So if there's something that you want to do and you're afraid it might not work out, just do that shit. Okay? Yeah, so, and also maybe Goethe, whatever his name is. Didn't really even say this. It's this whole post that I found to find the quote is talking about how it's posted up, but anyway, is that a lack of, yeah. So, who knows? Anyway, thank you all, and subscribe. I don't know, I'd like to keep this vlog going. I have some plans and ideas for things, but honestly, like, yesterday I had this question I posted on Facebook. I was like, what now? Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know if I want to do this show again. I have like my friend Luke Curtis, aka Jordan Scoggins, has we sort of emailed about an idea related to the show today that may happen. I most likely will record some of these pieces. I don't know if I want to keep working on this show. Like, one of the things about that whole section about my mom is that that shit is hard to rehearse. Like, I don't like rehearsing it because it's like going through that sort of grief and that awful situation again. And it's that kind of awful that makes me grateful to be like a human, you know, like. But it's hard. It's really hard to get through that shit. And I don't know if I want to go through rehearsing that piece anymore. But I might take the show to other places because I think, because I think it's valuable to. When my mom died, I looked to people who had been through that. And the people that helped me sort of find my way through that were people who wrote books, people that I knew who had been through it, because it doesn't feel like something you're going to be able to get through. And you can. And it's hard, and it's like, I think it's always hard, but what happened with this fucking emo vlog I'm suddenly doing? But for that reason, I feel like I do need to continue doing this piece, and but that shit is hard, you guys. But anyway. So I don't know what I'm doing next. I have some other like projects that are fun coming up of doing music for a short video and another like film and that kind of thing. Thank you for watching this. It's one of the things that hit me, and it wasn't this time through. It was like probably a couple months ago. I was like, oh, I'm an artist now, and that's also something it took me a long time to get to being able to say. So this is what I do, and it's pretty cool. So thanks for watching this video. I love putting this shit up on YouTube because there's gonna be some hater. Like, that's the beauty of my vlog, because I get like 6 or 7 views. So, and like, I did get one shitty comment about someone saying, it's sort of funny that, okay, I can't remember the whole thing, but it's like, you are a talentless nobody, blah, blah. It's like, thanks for the comment, dick. But anyway, that is my story for you today. Wow, that was kind of some feelings. I'll try to keep you posted here. I've been watching some vlogs that happen every day, and I really enjoy them. I'm not sure if I'm the person to do that, but it could happen. Thanks, everyone. If you came to my show, thank you. If you sent happy, good vibes, thank you. It was magic. It was really great. And thank you for the support, everybody. Bye.